Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday night. You know what that means. It's the Shakespeare Code discussion and watch along. Hope to find you all well. I am not going to comment or make any reference to any videos that were made last night. I'm refusing to discuss it. They've sunk so low now that they've gone to Not My Doctor, the Not My Doctor troll account now, to say that I'm the one responsible behind all the troll accounts and stuff. But that's all I'm going to say on that. At the end of the day, there's a lot of people getting involved, and I didn't want anybody to get involved. If I wanted people to get involved, I would have said something myself. But now things are after being made worse, because now he's texting that account. This guy is clearly unhinged, so I don't want anybody to be defending me. Everybody can see for themselves what's happening here. So let's just let him self-destruct. If he wants to self-destruct and slander people and be racist, let someone bring my wife into a conversation, well then that's his problem. And trust me, you know, he has just shown his true colors. So who gives a shit? Right, let's do this watch along. Rabbi, I have sent you the link. I'll just remind you. So yeah, he's oh, he's putting, I didn't see this. He's putting me wife's response. It's the same video that Daniel actually wrote on. He's putting them comments up. I didn't order anybody to troll you, you mad little psycho. I don't know where you're getting that from. See how I'm calm, but you weren't calm. You kind of looked a bit unhinged and stuff. No, I'm calm. Yeah, listen, mate, you really need to get a life. And lawyer her up, by the way, and I actually mean it. Lawyer her up, because you're going to be receiving a letter. You're not getting away with this. And, you know, I don't need anybody. So you could say that troll accounts, those porn accounts, you fucking dickhead. Everybody gets them, right? I'm not behind anything. I don't have a mass troll army. I don't have this, that, and the other. You're talking out your arse. And good. I hope you do prove who's behind those accounts, because you'll be eating dirt again like you were eating dirt when you said Series 13 was filming. You're fake news, and that's what you are. You play the numbers. I'm actually going to say it out straight. You don't have a source. You're full of bullshit. You play the numbers and you hope you're right. You are wrong this time. You can't accept it. You bring on 17-year-olds onto your channel to try and prove you're right. And then you bully some poor other fella a couple of weeks back that he did a 40-minute video where he's pacing up and down and smashing stuff in his house because you upset him. You came to me, didn't you? And you said that someone was trolling me. And I said, well, I didn't see the video. I don't care. The guy looks visibly upset. So don't be talking about bullying when you went and bullied someone that clearly has emotional trauma. Because if you see that video, a 40-minute video was upsetting, pacing up and down and smashing stuff, apologizing because you went after him. So shut your mouth about me going after people. I don't go after people. And please do, right? You think you're this big investigator. Please do get down to the bottom of these troll accounts. Please do. I hope you do, right? Get down to the bottom of them, because I want you to expose them all, because what they've been doing in the fandom is actually disgusting. But it hasn't been me. So I don't know where you're getting this from, that it's me. I don't set up troll accounts. And listen, another thing as well, you moron, I don't need people to back me up. I don't need people to validate me source. I let me information do the talking. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. This is not about being right or wrong or anyway, but you made it about being right or wrong. You said Series 13 and began filming. Jodie Whittaker said something different. Right? If you don't want to accept that because you wanted me to accept the fact that if she said it was filming, you wanted me to accept that. But if you don't want to accept the fact that she's come out and said that she's not filming, right? Well, then that's fine, fair enough. That makes you a hypocrite, right? Now, you allow someone bring me wife into a conversation. You made some racial slurs. You put on a little bowler hat with the shamrocks on it. You tried to put on a pathetic Irish accent, right? What else did you do? And you made some slanderous claims as well. Yeah, you want to be lawyering up, to be quite honest with you, because I don't think you realize how far you actually went. I don't think you realize that you actually crossed the line last night. And I hope someone has tried that on your side, that is your friend, that has gone to you and tried to make you see sense, because nobody else seems to be able to do that. So I don't know what's going on, but there's something seriously going on, whether it's in your private life or something else. I don't know what it is, but you've got this all wrong. I never attacked you. We do source news. And by the way, 3 weeks ago, you actually did a video, right? So if see, this is why I don't get your reaction. 3 weeks ago, you did a video where you dismissed the Gillian Anderson news. And you actually say your thumbnail of your video says, rumor not true, right? Now, I was one of those people along with Eddie and a couple of others that put that information out there. Did we come running and crying to you after you said that rumor wasn't true? No, didn't. We left it. We did our own news. And that's what I said to you because of last year's drama. You do your thing and I do my thing. You don't comment on my stuff and I won't comment on your stuff. But you started to do it again this year. Say that your stuff was all fact. I'm not giving out here. All I'm just going to say is that you really need to take a long, hard look at yourself after last night because you let yourself down big time, right? And you let me down. And you let me down, right? And you let others down too. And if you can't see that, fine, fair enough. You can go on this personal vendetta and make up all these slanderous claims. You won't be able to prove a thing because I am not behind those accounts. It's as simple as that. Anybody that truly does know me knows that I'm not behind these accounts. And again, right, she is my wife. Don't bring her into it. But I will say this. Do you think my wife would be with me if I was doing stuff like that? No, she wouldn't be, right? So I think you need to cop on a bit. And don't bring me wife in. And don't be bringing people on, right, to talk about me or my wife. If you've got some problem with me, you do it. Don't be getting others to do it on your behalf. Right, we're going to do the watch along anyway now, right? We've got Scottish Stavros waiting, but where's Rabbi? Rabbi, I sent you the link. Sorry. I just want to send Rabbi. Oh, Rabbi's making coffee, he said. Okay. Is he? I'll send the link again. But yeah. It's kind of sad that we've gotten to this. We've gotten here, to be quite honest with you. See, what's happened here is that people can go and question other people's news, but you can't go and question that people's news. That's the way it is. There's one rule for one, and there's one rule for all, and another rule for me. Simple as that. I'm trying to get other people involved as well that used to be part of this channel. I've noticed that as well. I mean, don't be getting people involved that had a problem with me last year. And to be quite frankly, to those people that do have a problem with me last year, it'd be nice if you actually, didn't get involved, because you don't know the whole situation, and there's no point of other people getting involved. Okay, it's just as simple as that. I'm not giving out to anybody. I'm just saying I think it's ridiculous that he's trying to get other people involved. Don't buy. Don't buy. Right, I thought there seems to be a delay with Rabbi. Oh yeah, and this person actually wrote to Rabbi 3 days ago to tell Rabbi that I was going to turn on him. So he's going behind me back, and he's texting people that I know, and he's telling them that I'm going to turn on you all, because apparently I turned on other people in the past. No, I only turned on disloyal pieces of shit. The people that are around me now are loyal and are actually me friends. That's the difference. Ted, did you just attempt to have a pee-pee? Right. Let's do it. Let's bring on our first guest. He's come all the way from Scarrow, and he's set roots down in Scotland, where the rain and the snow is, And his favourite football team, Celtic. It's the one and only Scottish Tavares. If I can add him.
I'm really excited about tonight's episode. This is actually one of my favourite episodes of the Arcade Era. I really enjoy this story. It's a good story and a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is one of my favourite stories. All right. Anthony, you want to comment on this episode?
Well, again, it's a lot. Again, there's some character development for obviously of Arthur Jones. There's also a bit of character development again with the Octa with David Tennant's the Octa, and I love the whole concept of the whole craft of the Aryan Knights. I really think that's an interesting concept that probably should have been expanded on a wee bit more. I mean, I'd like to see the Carianites come back, but obviously not under the regime, but maybe under a different regime. I would like to see the Carianites back, because I really enjoyed it as a concept. So let's see who's in the chat, because years might have repeat themselves. So we have Arlet, Vanessa, Bawab, Orpin, that's a cool name, by the way. We have Ian, and we have Ari Hewitt. Welcome, Ari. Who else have we got here? The and Peter a good friend Matthew Pounder. Matthew, we have R&M. We have we have we have we have Atom Mara Abdullah. Time on time no see. Who else? We have Appearance. We have and yes, I don't know if I've mentioned juvenile film. Um, who else? Octa Eva's here as well. Um, Obi D French, the disaster area. We have the rabbi, of course, but he'll be joining us momentarily. Who
Roy, Daniel, thanks for that, pal. Sorry about that. It just took a few seconds just
and
to make a cup of tea and stuff. But he's here.
yeah, and James Austin. And Anthony
Sorry about that. There's
Davis is popped
having
in.
technical difficulties. I'll just bring him straight on. It's Rad Boy from another planet. And if you could just take over for a few minutes, so just need a few minutes.
Hello, it's all chaos tonight. What time do we start? I was like waiting on my phone, and I kept saying that. So then I was watching Fury from the Deep while I was waiting.
Yeah.
It's a
Sorry.
creepy ass story.
Talk for about 5 or 10 minutes. I just need 5 or 10 minutes. Sorry.
I got it. No, I got it. Do they sell these, by the way, in where are we? In England? Is it the best snack, right? It's this little thing of seaweed.
I'm not actually sure, Rabbi, because
They sell it in Scotland. It's deep fried.
yeah,
Anyway.
because everything's deep fried up here. But anyway, so do you enjoy this? Do you enjoy this?
Oh yeah. It's a fun one. Listen, I'm trying to think. I like this whole season. I think I'm gonna enjoy this season more than I did last time I watched it. That was the wonderful thing about the current era. But I was just watching. Was it Fury from the Deep?
Yeah.
And by the time I'm on the 5th episode now, and the animation isn't good. I'm not on board for the animation. But the story is good. The story is like a Quatermass story. It's really weird. You know, it's a good story.
Because some of the animations recently they have been a bit sort of especially the Time Lord Victorious animation.
Oh, you talking about the Dalek stuff?
Awful. Yeah,
I put a video out about that today. That Dalek stuff is shockingly bad.
Yeah.
It's so. I mean, it was bad for 10 years ago. No, you know what I did? I showed an animated trailer for the Big Finish. Was it Dalek Empire 4?
Yeah.
And I put that next to the time of it. The Fearless one from 2007 just was so much better. I mean, okay. Here's the problem with that trailer. The Daleks are it's all very uniform. They all don't. They none of them. None of them are having any like individuality. I mean, all the Daleks are good, but they have the Daleks come at you in perfect formation. You know, in the Fearless trailer, which I wish I could share with you, but I don't have control of it. The Fearless trailer, you know, you have the Daleks on the transsolar discs, but they're all like a little bit off. You know, they're like flying like a like it's much more realistic. This just strikes me as cheap, quick animation, and it's not good. You know, in my mind, it's not. It would have been good in like, I don't know, 2002 maybe.
Yeah,
but it's not good.
And to be honest with you, Rabbi, it's kind of too little to put out some funny content. Though they should have done that. This
is again. I talk about exactly this in my video day. This is what they did wrong, right? Whenever you're doing anything which is going to have a user experience, right? The only way to successfully do it is to put yourself through that user experience. That's the only way you can find the kinks. That's the only way you can just go, like, okay, let's say you're making a party, right? You're having a function. So then you got to, like, again, because I've done my bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs for my kids. But you got to, like, my ones were like epic. People love coming to them because normally they hated them. Well, I do anyway. But like because we like imagine the whole thing, like them going down the stairs, what's here, what's there, like, you know, if the time. Like, one year we had as you went in, you got was it because it was like Thanksgiving time, so you had a little hot cup of hot what was that, like carrot soup or whatever that kind of like orangey soup is that they have on like Thanksgiving. So that sort of thing. People like, but you only do it if you walk through it. So they didn't walk themselves through it. The first port of entry must have been the there should have been a abridged adaptation of that first book, either done by Jake Dubin or Jake Dubin and a few people. That's what should have been the thing, and because those two books are everything is built around them, right? So that should have been that, and then I'm like, I'm invested in the comic books because I want to know how that all come together, right? But now, instead, I'm just frustrated. Like I listened to the Master Thief and Lesser Evil, both pretty good, Lesser Evil, I thought was superior. The Alien one I thought was much better. But they're both good. $4.99, totally worth it. But it just irritated me. Like how was the Alien Master on that planet? Like, what's going on? Do they tell you that somewhere else? I mean, like, it's annoying me now. And I'm like, a really important part of the puzzle is how the 10th Doctor and the 9th Doctor can get back to like prehistory. Okay. Like that's explained in the one of the escape rooms, and like, well, thank you very much for that. Like, well, it just annoys me.
And apparently the new Tom Baker Time Lord Victorious is supposed to tie into the escape room as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I think that was they had Nick Briggs record a bunch of dialogue for the escape room, and they used that. Nick Briggs and Tom Baker. I think they had them record a bunch of dialogue, and then they just like that. That's what that was. That's what I think that was. Yeah. So I'm gonna review the second Time Lord Victorious Titan comic book tomorrow, I think.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Is it on Wolshaw that is Anthony Alien Master?
Well, and the Alien Master is where? What, in the
audio, right?
So John Colsher. No, he does a good job. I really like it. Is there any way can we get Oh, I can't share it. I forgot. It's not my stream.
Yeah,
Like, you have the control room. You can do all kind of thing.
yeah, and yeah, I mean, I forget it. This isn't my stream either.
Right. Well, what do you want to share?
Oh, I know. We were talking about John Colshaw doing Anthony Ainley, so I was going to share I was going to find the trailer and see if I could and share that for people to listen to.
Oh, Ted. Sorry about the fireworks, Ted.
More fireworks going on. That's a shame. Anyway, what's going on? Oh, it's gone again. So yeah, anyway, I've nearly finished the what was it? The Bernie Summerfield box set as well. I've got like half a disc to go. Hopefully I'll finish. Oh, if I can finish that tomorrow and do the Titan book, that'll be my videos. But there's a lot going on actually. Let's have a look at Bounding in the Comics. There's a bunch going on right now. They announced the date of what's it called again? The next season of The Expanse. I do like The Expanse. Alan Moore has an interview out, so that's always interesting. This is going on. I saw there's a bunch of stuff going on. I can't find it. Can't find it now. Everybody hates that Discworld trailer. People are losing their shit over that. HBO Max is doing something to Green Lantern. Who gives a shit? Saying back Ray, who gives a shit? Mark Ruffalo, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
All right, just want to start this watch along.
Yeah.
No, I'm not ready. Well. How are you, Noel?
Honestly,
you irritated.
I am.
Oh, I hope you're not irritated about any like online stuff or like one bloke who's like, really, who gives a shit?
Yeah, they're gone to that troll account now and giving information to try get them now to jump on board. It's actually pathetic, but
no, just leave it, ignore. I really would. It doesn't matter. That's really my like. I mean, if we're talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who gives a shit? Like, you know, like this is the guys who are like assholes live around me, right? And I was pissed off with them for a while. I just thought to myself, who gives a shit? I mean, their crime is being that guy, you know, that's also their punishment. They get to be that like shitty guy, you know. So okay, just I would anyway. If it's
stop.
Oh, poor Teddy.
I know. Sorry, Ted.
I left the door open so you could come in and out. Come on.
Sorry about that, folks.
No problem. I'm still. Give me a minute. I'm still trying to get my my thing to work. I think you all off discombobulated.
Quick cup of coffee and then we can start. Yeah.
I got a coffee, but give me some. Yeah. Okay. In fact, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are. Charles Palmer directed this.
Tell you what. While I'm making me coffee, you do a few shout outs on the channel. Shout out to the names that have turned up.
And Kevin, just as here as well. Welcome, Kevin. Must have joined the chat while me and the Rabbi were chatting about John Colshaw's performance and thing with Victoria.
I do agree. Very again, it's $4.99. You get 2 stories. They're pretty good. The Delgado one is just like, really? I don't know. I mean, I like hearing him. And it was a good portrayal Right.
Marty Carolyn is here as well. Welcome, Marty, Raymond, Riley, and Carl, you was here, Richard Martin, and Anthony.
You know what? I just worked out what it is about that first the Doug story. There's a gimmick in it at the end, right? There's this gimmicky thing at the end, and it's by a new writer. And new writers should never do like gimmicky, like shock things. Just tell a story without it being flashy, right? Unless you have to have like a flash, you're doing that to like out of inexperience, I think, and to make it feel bigger than it is. Right, that's my thought on that. Yeah, that's the problem with that story.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, still pretty good.
How are we getting on with the shout outs? We doing well, yeah?
We did one.
You did one. Oh my God.
Dr. Dave, how you doing there? Chris, Carl Elwell, hello. Retro Dicky, how are you? Lee Anthony Davis, who else we got? Vanessa Law of the Planet Law. Problem being, how are you, sir? Did you start on that Tunnel of Victoria thing yet? Did I get you to read anything? Marty Carlin. George Carlin. Charlotte Shields is there. How are you, Charlotte? Dr. Dave. Who else we got? Stuart Bowers.
I think that's it so far.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon we should bring on me wingman?
Okay, yes, I do.
Yeah, I think we bring on me wingman. Wingman, we're gonna bring you on. Apparently, you're me wingman, so I'll bring you wingman on. Apparently, I don't fight me on battles. I have to send people to do it for me, but we'll bring you wingman.
I think you're fine.
Wingman. It's me baby. Do you remember that yesterday? Me and Lee had a chuckle about that after the stream. Actually, we had a bit of a chuckle about that after the stream. So I've sent it to you there now, babe.
Okay. I'm not sure if I said hello to you.
Must get back on with you soon. Been a long time, says Marty. Marty, if you want to pop on and join us for the Shakespeare Code, you can just let me know. And I'll send you because
I've uploaded it if anybody needs a link.
Sunday's panelist has been whittled down to 2. Like the rest, everybody else kind of either didn't come back or just started doing other stuff, which is fine, it's fine. So if you want to come on, let me know and I'll send you the email. Right, he's here. I'm just going to start calling him me wingman from now on. It's me wingman, babe.
Hello, fellow evil person.
Hello, fellow evil person.
We're evil, apparently.
Did you find me pot of gold?
Yes, it was lodged under a large shamrock bowler hat. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised there was any room with that big head on it. That was sitting on.
I just can't process this.
I know. Listen, we won't talk about. I said what I had to say at the start, and I'm saying no more. But all
it's pathetic. It's so desperate. Like you have to absolutely destroy people, and then claim that they're trying to destroy you, when all we're doing is defending ourselves with your constant slander, and it is slander. And you've been ordered. I've given you a legal notice of cease and desist. All right. So here's actually what I wrote.
Oh, you're reading it out for everybody. I'll full screen you because go ahead if you want to read.
Let me see.
Hold on.
Yeah, I am now giving you notice.
Wait. I'm gonna leave you big screen because I want them to hear it, so nobody.
Okay. This is to Matrix Lord 212. I am now giving you notice to take down your video directed at me as a cease and desist under Article 14 of the e-commerce directive 2000/31/EC. If you do not, I am informing YouTube that they may be deemed liable as a publisher of the offending statements, as these claims are false and defamatory. If YouTube allows defamatory material to remain on this site, it might be inferred to have associated itself with or to have made itself responsible for the continued presence of that material on the site, and thereby to have become a publisher of the material. And then I added, I will be applying this to your Twitter slander as well. If you do not take down your sick tweet you posted inferring both trolling and bullying a minor, in this case Faris, who was on your YouTube stream. So what you're doing with the 17-year-old on your YouTube stream, engaging in threatening to dox me. You also allowed a minor onto your channel and encouraged him to engage in slanderous activity and thus endangering him into unlawful activity. Your attempts to hide my legal notice in your comment section by removing your comment section on that said video only proves that you are hiding it. And the fact that you tried very hard in your first video before the one that you slandered me directly, you went to great lengths to obscure who you were talking about by casually renaming people in a very cavalier manner, whilst being overtly obvious who you're talking to. Now, only people acting disingenuously would do that. So you're trying to obfuscate your slander by changing the names slightly. You've gone way too far, and I expect you to comply. Take it down, and let's stop this nonsense. Listen, all this silly nonsense back and forth between you and Noel, one thing, okay? You know, that's fine. That's silly banter and backwards and forwards, and quite honestly, it's puerile and stupid and should stop. But when you go to slander people and call them evil and to character assassinate people to the lengths that you have gone to, it's beyond at that point. You know, that's something I take very seriously, and I think you should too, quite honestly. Now, when I did message Faris on his Discord, I said to him, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" And he said something like it was the truth, and I called him a POS. And I stand by that, because that was a piece of shit thing to do. Quite honestly, acting in a slanderous manner. And then when he replied, I didn't even read it. I just said, go to hell. And that's all I did. And then I blocked him straight away and got rid of him. And that's it. So if you want to call that bullying and trolling, when I'm simply reacting to slanderous behavior. Now, he may be 17, but he knows exactly what he's doing. And so do you. And you, the pair of you, use that opportunity to slander people. Isn't it funny how two people who used to be once friends with Noel, who Noel was very good with, you know, and Faris, who tried so hard to get on with Bolstrek's channel and to crawl in and to ingratiate himself within the fandom menace, and then turned on them. You know, it's funny. It sounds almost like you're disgruntled employees, almost, doesn't it? You know, that kind of typical, stereotypical thing. Well, listen, that's one thing, okay? But you've made this very personal, very personal. Now, I can't think of anything more condemning to the soul of somebody than by referring to them as evil and toxic. Evil. Think about that for a second, what you just said. Calling myself Noel evil. Evil. Seriously, man, get a fucking grip. End of broadcast. Thank you.
And in other news. All right. Yeah, listen, I haven't really been following it. I can tell you.
Yeah, look, you know, it's too much to even...
I hear it's going, it's crazy. But I haven't
it
really
is crazy.
following it.
It is crazy. But listen, I didn't ask to be dragged into this, but I dragged in, I got. And it was, you know, quite a serious accusation. And he was on Twitter saying that I was bullying and trolling a minor, you know, and then he goes to make an appeal to a troll account about trolling. I'm like, really? Listen, I've never made it a secret that I run the Temple of the Golden Asda Twitter account. I have done that. I've been very open about that. It's an open joke. I get called the Pope of the Church of the Temple of the Golden Asda. Everyone knows it's me. So it's not I'm creating fake accounts. It's an account that was done as a parody of As from Hill versus Babyface, as a homage to his godlike stature and nature. And it was a comedy account, and it's an open secret. It's nothing new about that. I say Asda haha all the time. Everyone knows it's me. So,
I think it's pretty kind of.
It's ridiculous
that he's having some kind of personal crisis.
Well, it's funny how he knows I'm not on Twitter with my Problem Being account, so he is not giving me that right of reply attached to my name. He's impugning my character and my name. And without me having the ability to have a proper right of reply from my own proper account. And I've had to use the other account in order to see what's going on, which I've now been blocked. So he can say what the hell he likes without any right of reply. I think that's disingenuous. It's wrong.
Honestly, I have to tell you, I had an epiphany with the Captain Nutsack account, or whatever his name was. Right? I had an epiphany. It was because we were getting in the cycle. He would screenshot whatever video I put up. Like he was like, and then I'll go, ha ha! He thinks Jodie Whittaker isn't good. Maybe because he's sexy, whatever,
Hot take,
right? And then there'll be like a group of 6 to 8 psychos who live on Twitter would have the same yikesies,
Listen, he's saying that he wants to get to the bottom of who I am, i.e., I'm going to dox you. So he's actually making a threat to dox me.
But again, this is the point. The point I'm making.
I just want to say, wait, Rabbi. I just want to say categorically, 100%. I am not responsible for any of those other fake accounts, those trolling accounts. I have nothing to do with those. Go ahead and find out who they are. I would love to know. We have our suspicions, but it's not us. It's not me. Certainly was never me. It's not my style. And I had to use my other account simply because you denied me a right of reply by trying to go under the radar, knowing that I wasn't on Twitter under my own proper account name, that I couldn't have a proper right of reply. But thankfully, I have eyes and ears on the ground, and I do have that account, which I've had to use against what its purpose was because you forced me to. Not that I wanted to.
I have to tell you, I think my opinion on trolling account, running anonymous trolling accounts, it's a lot like weird sexual role play, right? It's a lot like this. You think you're going to enjoy it, right? You think they're like, wow, but then it just ends up being more trouble than it's worth. Really, it ends up being more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, that's what I think. So
no, I agree. But when they're going so far as to he's going so far as actively saying he's going to dox me in terms of saying I'm going to get to the bottom of who this.
I understand. Well,
that is not okay. And to slander me and to say things harshly, to actually fundamentally refer to people as evil. I mean, that's a whole other level.
Listen. The redheaded kid calls me racist. He's bonkers.
Racist is one thing, but evil. I mean, that's like all encompassing.
Racist is that's how you say evil with people who don't believe in good or bad. That's why they say racist.
It's just so disingenuous.
No, they're liars. Look, I just think I'm not excusing his behavior. I'm genuinely not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a bonkers guy. I mean, listen, he was on my stream. He was totally normal. I had a pleasant time. I seemed fine to me, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't know anything about him that much before then, right? So he was on my stream and he seemed normal. This seems crazy. So I'm thinking he's got some other lifetime crisis going on. And this
he's been on the attack, then an apology video, the next day an attack, the next day an apology, the next day an attack. It's just like that is not balanced.
Stable, who rocked from one way to the other. No, he's not doing good.
Anyway, I'm giving him a chance.
That's the point.
I'm giving him a chance to stop doing what he's doing. Just stop. Think about what you're doing.
I think just
cease and
it's
desist.
the hardest thing when you're in the middle of it, because I was in the middle of it. A bunch of, not with this thing, but like in these two, when you're in the middle of it, it's the realest thing. But if you just break that cycle, it's so good. It's so good.
Well, I wasn't in the cycle until I got dragged into it by this guy. You know, I
dragged me in too.
Yeah, I know. He's got no shame about it.
Listen.
Nothing to do with it. If you have a problem with somebody else, have them sort it out. You know?
Yeah.
Lee said what he's had to say. I've said what I've had to say. I'll just say one last thing to that person. I'd really take a step back and look at what you're actually trying to do. And I hope that you have the sense to realize that you've gone too far. And if you do exactly what Lee has asked, and if you were to take down the video where you allow someone to talk about my wife down, well, then we can move on from this. I'm not saying we're going to be pally, but we can move on from this, and that'll be it. Because at the end of the day, there are people out there, because I've seen, believe it or not, I came across a couple of videos of people that used to be on this channel talking about this situation. And to be quite honest with you, when I was reading their comments, nobody cares, is what they're saying. And you know what?
You're prolonging this insanity to stop.
They're right. I don't even know why this even became a thing. You got it in your head that I attacked you. We both do information, source news, whatever you want to call it, right? 3 weeks ago, you dismissed information that I put out there and Eddie put out there, and we didn't say anything. You put out information, and I go and call my sources, and then I come back with a thread, and you have a problem with that. Even though what you do say in the thread, even though my source is saying this, wait until BBC actually make an official announcement. I've been very careful all the step of the way. You're the only one that's saying things are fact. I have not. No, hold on, no, because I want to end on this. So I just want to get this out, and then we can move on, because I know he texted you 3 days ago, because he said it in a video. He's trying to turn you against me and everybody else. And
what did he say? Look, he sent me a bunch of stuff. But I said, look, dude.
Yeah, he said you weren't getting involved. I know he said that as well. I know you don't get involved, and that's great. But
what did he say?
Everybody.
He said eventually no will turn on you.
I don't turn on people. What happens is that people that I trust and that I thought I trusted, and they're falling out with me or turning on me.
You know who your friends are.
By the way, this is the fact of the matter, right? And there's lots of people now getting involved, and only the people that know the full facts should be getting involved anyway. All I'm just saying to people is this, right? This is between me and Joe, but I will say to Joe, listen, it's time to stop this nonsense, because it's not doing you any good, and it's certainly not going to do me any good, right? So why not, like, you think I'm attacking you with all these troll accounts that don't exist, right? Listen, I don't need to troll you, Joe. If I have a problem with you, you know quite well that I'll come to you just like you will come to me, okay? So get this out of your head, right? And I can tell you now for a fact that Lee doesn't have troll accounts either. And that is disingenuous to say. I know the chap, right? I talked to the chap offline, off stream, right? We've all gotten to know Lee, right? He's an honest man, right? He's not that type. And if there are people out there trolling you, they're disgraceful, right? But it's not us. And listen, you said in one of your videos that you're going to go and try and find out who this person is, because you believe it's me or Lee, right? Go ahead. And I hope you do. And when you do, right, and I hope when you find out it's not me and Lee, you'll come and you'll do the decent thing, which is apologize. But I doubt you'll do that. But if you do that, then fair enough. It shows then that you're willing to grow and move on. But we're not behind those accounts. So good luck trying to find out who it is, because as soon as you find out, let us know, so we can actually, do the same as you and expose these people. Because what they're doing is wrong. So me or anybody else associated with this channel is not trolling you, and you need to get that out of your head. And these accounts that you claim that troll, they troll my account as well, Rabbi's account. They're actually, they put naked pictures up on a little profile. One of them asks, have you got a boyfriend and all of that? I need a boyfriend. Someone else says they're looking for lovely. I think they mean they're looking for love or whatever. The troll accounts, we all get them. That's not me. That's not Lee. That's something that's happening on YouTube and it's widespread. Okay? So again, you really need to look at this logically, and I wish you would. So, you know, as Lee said, he's giving you whatever, how long he's giving you. But I hope in that time you do reflect. And that's all I want you to do is reflect. Go back and watch the videos and watch yourself. And tell me.
Can I just interrupt for 1 second?
Go ahead. I'm finished anyway.
Breaking news. I have, they've released pictures of Daleks from the Revolution of the Daleks, and it seems to be revolutionary. If you wanted to throw that up.
No. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, yeah, I can't put this up.
Yes, you can. I like the guy in the middle grasping the ice stick in a very suggestive manner.
Oh my!
I think the other two are missing a trick there. I mean, you've got two other appendages.
You think one of the other two lads would have held on to one of the balls?
Right?
He doesn't know what he looks like. He doesn't know what's coming.
So to speak.
I can tell you now. Well, Mr. Blue Shorts.
Gary says, imagine this at Comic-Con. I know, yeah. Could you imagine people's faces?
Mr. Blue Shorts. He knows what's going down. This is not his first.
Yeah, the Dalek probably.
First time there.
Oh, yeah, one last thing actually. This accusation that the wife YouTube channel is a troll account is not true. That was Cheryl, and you all know well.
I think if anyone knows you well enough now,
did a stream
you don't want to hide anything.
Where she felt like she was backed into a corner, and she had to come out and do a stream and tell you all about the tragic circumstances of her life because idiots were coming after her. Okay, you know quite well that was me wife, and now that parasite now is after bringing me wife up in a conversation with that crazy account that picks on Rabbi now. So he's trying to get that crazy account involved. If people can't see what's happening here, well then, do you know what? I'm done like apologizing.
If you're that far gone that you have to throw mud as much as possible to slur your perceived opponent, then I think you don't pretty much have any integrity in your source or any integrity in your beliefs or anything, because if you feel that you have to muddy the waters so much, rather than stick by what your source said and stand by it and just reiterate it and say why you believe it to be true, rather than going after everyone else and then accusing us of doing the same thing when we're not. We're simply saying no one has a monopoly on the facts or the truth. Report what we've been told, and it can only ever be expressed as rumor until verified. That's it. Okay, a couple of white vans parked down a lane near a church where they filmed Doctor Who once many moons ago doesn't mean that Doctor Who is filming. It might be, fair enough, but it might not be.
Although I have to tell you, if you want to know when and if they are going to start filming again, and if Jodie Whittaker is going to continue in the role, go to my channel and subscribe now.
Shameless. Oh, I love you, Rabbi. Oh, dear.
Why would I turn on Rabbi?
It's fucking impossible.
I'll tell you, the difference between Rabbi and everybody else is that if me and Rabbi do have a problem with each other or we disagree about something, it's forgotten about. It's not even a thing.
It's not vindictive.
We move on. Like, I don't agree with Rabbi all the time. He knows that. We've even had some heated debates on these streams, and we don't normally agree on certain things. But at the end of the day,
Nicola Bryant's still gorgeous.
We're still here. We're still doing our thing. If I had a problem with him, he wouldn't be on this channel. if I turn against people. Apparently, they know it was a trend to turn on people. I think you really need to look at yourselves, look at user behaviour, and then actually come to the logical conclusion. Well, that's why.
Again, I didn't follow the back and forth. It did seem like he lost his mind, right? Like he couldn't stand anybody saying that. I don't believe that rumor that you're saying, but it's fine, you know. Like, well, fine, like, and you weren't even being rude about it. You'd be like, well, yeah, let's just wait and see.
And by the way, you won't be taking down no zone either. How dare you think that you could take down this community? You're actually a nobody, just like I am. So know your place. Yeah.
I'm not even trying to destroy him. He accuses us of trying to destroy his channel. It's like, no, you're doing that by yourself, mate.
I've got a small channel.
All I'm asking is that you take down the slanderous video. Slanderous video. That's all it is. Take it down.
I'm getting another message from somebody else about the same thing. Okay, listen. I think tomorrow I'm going to reach out and see if we can.
I don't want anybody to talk to him. I don't want anybody to get involved, because if you do, you're just going to make it worse.
Just if you find anything slanderous on there and you know what slander is, just report the tweets or the videos.
Don't leave them. I don't want them. I don't listen. It's up to you, Rabbi. Look, it's your channel. You do whatever you want to do. But I'd rather you didn't give him a platform.
If everybody can stop, if I can get him to stop, get you, we all stop. If I get him to stop, you'll stop, right? That's no problem, right? If I can just get him to stop, then we can have some quiet, right? And maybe.
Right, I have to bring Daniel into this, and I didn't want to bring Daniel into this. Daniel, how many times have you brokered peace between me and the person in question?
3 times or something.
There you go. So that's all you need to know. No pun. Daniel tried, and Daniel is one of the nicest people in this fandom. Right? He'll tell you all this shit, and then he'll be all right for a couple of weeks, and something else will rub him up the wrong way. Listen, me and Lee were talking to someone last night. I'm not going to mention who. Right? This guy has a previous. He's done this over the years. Right? I'm not the first victim that he has. Right? So no more brokering deals. No more peace. Right, he cops on to himself, and he basically takes the fact that there's other people out there in the Who community that actually do source news and might, in fact, actually debunk some of his, just like he debunks some other people's news. So if he has a problem with that, he's in the wrong game. All right, simple as that.
There's room enough for everybody.
No more these deals here. There's no more. We have people on Twitter and on video saying Source Wars 2. That's what they want. They're not getting it, right? They're not getting it, right? This is what this is all about. This is, and Dean is right about something. Dean is right. This is like two guys trying to measure each other's dicks, right? And he's right. Okay, I didn't want any of this drama. I said it to him this morning because I've seen these videos that he's done about me. You know, he's just basically trying to tell me that, you know, that all of this is bollocks, and he's right. It is. So I wish he'd cop leading on, not Dean. I mean,
by the way, no.
Dean is right about one thing. You know what I mean? Nobody knows who's right or wrong, and of course I have been saying that though. But nobody knows who's right or wrong. So all of this nonsense is nonsense, and he needs to stop. But he's gone too far. Too far. He allowed someone.
It's become way too personal.
He made some statements that I wish he'd look back on because.
Right. No. Was it Adam Autumn Mirabilis is in the chat. He's available now. Do you want me to send him?
Yeah. I told you if he's available, don't tell me. Just tell him on.
Before I do it, I get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to
come on.
Was it Problem B? Did you get a chance to look at that book yet?
I have. I've. What I'm doing is really rehearsing the introduction, because you got the whole scene introduction. So I'm going to do that first.
Yeah.
I'm just working out the voices and things because I don't know. I need to know more about the characters and things. So
another new generation photograph that we were all kind of suspicious about.
Yeah.
I finally 100% now confirmed. It's debunked. It's not a regeneration photograph at all. It's a fake.
course.
100% fake. It's from It Takes You Away, where Jodie Whittaker is pointing at the mirror, where she goes into the mirror.
Yeah.
And what someone has cleverly done, well, think they're being clever, they've put a TARDIS background in it, and basically what they've done is they just put orange light on it and whacked up the colour. I actually flipped the photo. They flipped the photograph as well. So I flipped it last night as well, and I put a few filters on it. And I showed you my version compared to the other version. It's not a real image. So Emma, of course, I
was pleased.
on Twitter, and she was absolutely over the moon. So I'm delighted for her because she did get upset. So there you go. But I got help. I'm getting a lot of credit for debunking it. No, I got help. Someone actually pointed me in the right direction and actually sent me the photo then. And what episode.
I knew someone would, and I'm glad it was.
But again, I received that photograph and I debunked the photograph. So there you go. I even debunked some stuff that I put out myself. It's not unusual for me to do that anyway. So, but there you go. That's what I do. So it's debunked.
Okay.
And,
No,
we were having this conversation last night. Doomcock, Gary, all the people that are involved in source news. There are other channels out there then that will look at their news and then they will do, they have they'll come out. No, I don't think they're telling, you know what I mean? It happens all the time. I don't know why he thinks it's
you only need to look at that Star Trek.
Attack. It's never personal. It's not personal.
Well, that's it, because Gary said he didn't believe in Doomcock's Star Trek source information, and he said, "I don't believe it. I mean, if it happens, I'll be delighted, but I personally don't believe." And they're still great friends. I mean, that's how it works. Right. They're not trying to destroy each other over one rumor source material.
Actually, no.
That's the thing. People don't do that.
Yeah, right. But anyway, we've talked enough about it. Anyway, I just hope sanity prevails and that person just does take a step back and just have a look. And
it's just beyond nasty at this point, and just stop.
And it is. They're getting other people involved now, and at the end of the day, they're trying to build up some.
Well, if you're making allies with known fucking trolls, I'm sorry, you've lost the argument.
I'm not going to be fighting back for the simple reason is that. I don't need to do anything. If anybody is going to destroy themselves, it's going to be yourself if you continue down this path. You've got a chance now to actually stop what you're doing and maybe you get some recovery from this, because I can tell you now, there's have
some fucking honor. Just stop.
Yeah, I think that's the word. Yeah, honor. It was never personal.
I've been absolutely honest and open about everything I've said. Everything I said to Darius. I've been, very clear about what accounts on Twitter I have, and I don't hide this stuff because I'm not involved in all of that. I don't have time in my life to fuck about with things like that. I've been focusing on getting my own original account back from Twitter. Okay, dealing with that suspension nonsense.
Actually, how long have you been at that now?
It's been over a month, but last time they said it was a mistake. It will be the same again. But all I did was defend William Shatner and myself, and all I did was show pictures of other people's tweets where they were using cis as a slur against gay people like myself, as well as straight people as well. And it's a slur word. And I reject it. I don't like it. I don't like the word queer either. But hey, I wasn't asked. But all these things are not a reason to ban me from Twitter. It's outrageous. All it was people en masse who decided to act as the offense police and then report bombed me. That's all it takes. And they work the system. And that's how they silence people from having their own opinion on Twitter. It's unfair, it's ridiculous, and it should be stopped. And Twitter, shame on you.
Yeah. Right. Let's bring on Adam. He's waiting in the background, and then we'll start the watch along. So here he is. It's Adam. He hasn't been on in a while, but it's nice to see him. Hey, Adam.
Yay. Your mic isn't working.
No. Oh, technical difficulties.
I had to take it off mute. Sorry about that. I was
There you
typing.
go, there you go. Welcome, nice to have you back, pal. Nice to have you back. We're watching the Shakespeare Code this tonight. Yeah, I better get her ready.
I've had a pretty good day today. You know why I had a good day?
Why did you have a good day?
Because I
It wasn't
started
on Twitter.
working on the trailer for Attack of the Cybermen.
Oh, nice one.
I
Nice
tell you,
one.
lots of pink spandex in slow mo.
Right.
I come out in a sweat every time I see her in every frame of that. Like, that I think that moment puberty.
Oh, no, man.
Right, ready to go, yeah?
Yep.
Right, Rabbi, is everybody in the chat ready to go? Rabbi,
yet.
let's do the countdown, and we're just going to get
wait.
straight to it. And then if anybody has anything to say about the story, the episode, the story, I should say, then, yeah, give your opinions.
Okay, one second.
Right, I think everybody is ready. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. Fine. Okay, I'm ready.
Right, we'll do a 10-second countdown, yeah?
A 10-second countdown? I can't count that high. We'll try.
It's not cannibalistic. It can only
10,
go from 8.
9, 8, 7, 6. I'm doing good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And it's the London 1599.
Yeah, 1599.
I guess this would work, wouldn't it? You stand outside and you're like literally, serenading a girl. That's pretty romantic.
It's like, do you want to
actually, she looks not too bad either.
Great incidental music, isn't it? Murray Gold just does business.
Yeah. Just of his music is brilliant.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, my favorite.
She's not so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Look at those teeth.
All right.
Is this Gareth Roberts' first episode?
Yeah.
It's a solid
No, it's
episode.
like Twitter, isn't it? It's Shakespearean Twitter.
So we got the witches
Yes.
on the attack.
Yep.
Yeah, America really hated this episode, right? America's like, well, they look like such, silly old-fashioned witches. Well, that's the witches in, Shakespeare.
We're breaking the fourth wall. We've got the witch yelling at the audience. She was breaking the fourth wall there.
Yeah. I do like the Doctor Who logo in this one much better.
Yeah.
I never liked that logo.
Oh, this one I did. Oh, the older on this one.
It's just one of the worst logos to me. I think that there were some other really good logos I had made, like as a mock-up, the few to choose from.
Yeah,
they picked this one.
The original, yeah.
There were so many better ones, so that I would have.
Yeah, listen, I do agree, but it's like I love the era so much. I kind of like the logo.
It's like a wholesale thing.
Oh, that's when Tennant was looking his best.
Yeah. Freeman's not looking so bad either.
Well, you got to straddle the console. back in those days, you had to straddle the console. I don't think Jodie would be seen doing that.
Yeah.
Might get a bit stuck somewhere.
I was just thinking that.
And see, I always liked Martha. I thought she was a great companion.
I think so too. I agree with you.
I thought she was quite
Yeah.
boring, but you know, I guess because she's got kind of wedged between Rose and oh, my brain's gone.
Donna Noble.
Donna, yeah. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. No, I've uploaded to my server for you the Donna Noble miniseries.
You can join Martha as well.
Sorry, I'm just glued into this.
Dr. Sandshoes.
I think she got better as the season went on, though, I have to say.
I agree with you there. Well.
She was good in Sense8.
I couldn't get through that. This bored me, and it had lots.
Yeah,
of...
it's a difficult one. I mean, I used to like it, but with all the current day politics, it's kind of put a new slant on it for me. Which
I still liked it. It had lots of Freeman Atchman having lesbian sex in it, which normally that should be enough of a sell in of itself. But it's pretty bad that put me off with that in it.
I think that the concept was good, though. I like the concept.
I thought the Sontaran
stratagem.
Yeah, she was really good in that, playing the clone, an evil clone version of herself.
Oh right, I forgot she came back. Yeah.
She had really good range in that.
She's a good actress.
Oh yeah. I just didn't like the whole sort of arc of her being like a lost puppy. I think they kind of dishonored her.
Like boring. Oh, I'm really tempted. I'm just looking. This came on my feed. I'm really tempted to do a story about it. I'll read you the headline. Iconic Sex Pistols.
Look how diverse Elizabethan London was.
Well, what?
Look how diverse Elizabethan culture was.
Well, I think they talk about that.
Yeah, well, you know, the odds are.
Oftentimes now in like historical dramas.
I think there were about 10,000 in total in the entire country, and that's like Chinese and Jewish and everyone included.
That's not that many, but I still think. But yeah, I love the portrayal here of Shakespeare. Yeah, I'll tell you, there was a movie that got cancelled because John Landis movie. He was going to do a 3D movie of Yellow Submarine. With what's the name of this actor? Playing one of the Beatles. I think he was playing John Lennon in it. But the animated Yellow Submarine movie.
Yeah.
So he was going to do a 3D version of that. I was like,
oh wow.
So, but it got cancelled because he did this. Was it Mars Needs Mums movie, and it just tanked horribly.
Oh dear.
So yeah, but anyway, it was him, and who else was it? There was going to be the Beatles in like motion capture.
Oh, that'd be interesting if they redid that. With the original voice.
I think
recording.
So. The original voice, but again, they were going to do it in like motion capture.
Wow.
I think I saw that movie, the Mars Needs Moms. Was that with John Lovett as the villain?
I don't know. I just know it destroyed the guy's career.
Yeah, it was a campy kids like. I remember that. That's like a direct to DVD type movie.
Shame. Should have led with the other idea.
See, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the actor they portrayed as Shakespeare.
No,
I like they were doing like a sexy Shakespeare, right? You didn't really see like a celebrity Shakespeare. I like that. I never saw that before.
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with a sexy
I'm still one of the Francis Bacon types. I believe him and Lord what's his face, I can't remember which lord it was, wrote the works of Shakespeare.
Oh yeah,
Shakespeare was illiterate. His signature was a cross.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was an actor called William Shakespeare.
In a similar fashion, there's this book called the thing called Lush and Horror, which is a Jewish principle where you're not supposed to speak badly about people. Not easy if you live on Twitter, but there's a thing called where you do a way a day. You learn a different law of it on each day. So the guy who invented that, his picture's on the book, but it turned out that wasn't him at all. It was actually his what's the word? Shochet. How do you call that? Slaughterer. And he just didn't want to be bothered with it. So yeah, he just knew him.
Now, here's the thing, okay? The Shakespeare Code is the first instance where you've got men dressed as women before it became a thing and a political ideology, and it was okay. I mean, that's how it was in the old theater days.
Yep.
But nobody made a thing out of it. It wasn't like, oh, they're transgender or they're cross-dressing.
The revisionists will say that.
Yeah. We're not racist now.
No.
But nothing's changed other than there's been a clump of insane children have started screaming that we're racist. That's the only thing that's changed.
Yeah.
We weren't racist then. We're not racist now. They're just crazy.
Well, the revolutionary, and I'm putting air quotes up here, mindset is that nothing that ever came before was any good, right? So everything that they're doing is virtuous and new.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you rewrite history.
Well, that's why I call them I can't even say millennial supremacist.
Yeah. Instead of "okay, boomer," I think a lot of the trend that here in the U.S. that we use is "okay, commie."
Okay, commie.
We use that constantly. They start going off about something, and you shut them down real quick and just go, "Okay, commie." Okay.
Wait, did you just catch that bit about political correctness?
Yep.
That was really, really good.
Foreshadowing for today.
Well, you know what it is? Gareth Roberts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of foreshadowing. Political correctness gone mad.
That was a killjoy, name.
It is.
Yeah. It's about right.
Yeah, I tell you, it's very true. There's no man that doesn't think he's irresistible. That's why James Bond has always been such a great fantasy, right? We're like, yeah, I could do that.
I think my grandmother said it's always the ugly men who've got the biggest confidence.
It is true. It is true. Well, I used to work on the Jewish divorce court, and whenever it was like a really, really stunningly beautiful woman and a dumpy guy, she was always crying, and he was always like ecstatic. Really, strange but true. Happened more.
You know what character I would love to have seen Russell T Davies do in a Doctor Who episode?
What?
Is if they'd gone in the past and actually, because there's all these stories about how Aleister Crowley, right, the Beast, the 666, he could make things happen with his mind, and to send the Doctor into the past to meet, and they get with that cult where they were around the table and they made things levitate and all. I mean, that would be fantastic to explore as a Doctor Who episode.
Mm-hmm. Or John
Madame
Dee.
Curie.
Yeah, you can do a lot with the Golden Dawn.
Yeah, and I mean, it would fit right in with the Shakespeare Code, because when you talk about them using language as a form of vibration that can affect
knocking keys.
Yeah.
Well, what Doctor would you like to see in a story with Crowley? If you have any Doctor,
Tom Baker.
Tom Baker. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Because it fits the
Like,
whole
it's like
gothic thing. You know.
and like some posh place.
The Adventures of the Curator.
The Enochian time key.
I just like the idea of Tom Baker and Lala Wars Romana, like in a gentry, like the Downton Abbey-esque, weekend shooting, some in the 1920s or 1930s with Crowley there as well.
Yeah, because all the chic and the rich would go to these little parties. Right. I don't know. I still think that actress that plays the witch is the young witch. She's pretty hot.
Oh, yeah, she is. I
Yeah.
agree. Yes, I'm really watching.
I always thought Martha was pretty hot as well.
Oh man, she's gorgeous.
That skin, I mean, it's like perfect.
Yeah, I know. She's just like she's just unbelievably perfect.
Hands off, boy, she's nice.
Oh my god, guys! No, she is very, very pretty.
These witches, I mean, they did a good job at making them look, like your typical cartoonesque type. The big nose and the wrinkles and the teeth and the exaggerated jawline.
She ain't happy.
Okay, let me ask you a question while we did this treading water for a second. I'm just reading this article right now about Johnny Lydon, about talking about why he's voting for the current president. Do you reckon that's good for my channel or not? I'm trying to decide.
Oh God, you got to do it.
I mean, listen, anything Johnny Lydon says, I
love that man. I love it.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the ball.
Well, contrary to what Twitter and all the news media makes it seem like, really, either you're looking at 30% in the U.S. that's on the left. You're looking at about 56% that's on the right, and then you got this crew in the middle that can go either way. They don't really identify. So, I mean, really, that ideology here is more of a small. They just have louder voices than everybody else. They're more of a minority.
In Britain, it's always been quite a relatively conservative country with a small c, and this seems to be forgotten by people who, because of social media and the bubble that gets created, that they think it's now some sort of socialist utopia. It's just not, never will be, never has been. I mean, it's had its moments, but it's never. The things with the system of government we have here is that there are safeguards with the electoral rules that it makes it very hard for extremist fringe parties to get into power.
All right. A good example of that was the last.
That's why we've never had fascism in this country or communism. For 900 years, I may add.
Yeah, but you get pretty close.
I normally back Russell T Davies on pretty much everything. In hindsight, the Martha mooning after the Doctor plot line was not a good one.
No, I think it did disservice to her character. Because it became too much of a focal point.
I can see why he did it, but I didn't help at all.
Yeah, I just think it weakened her character. I don't think she needed to be a pining. I think she's a strong enough character. She's got a good career. She had a good career, and she's intelligent. I just don't see her as the sort of piney type, But they made her that, and it just seemed to not gel with me particularly.
Right.
And I think if they'd not done that, maybe she had with Clara, had some sort of other intentions with someone else, might have been better.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at it from this perspective. I mean, she doesn't have a date. She's on probably the most fantastic date / adventure.
That's true.
Right.
So, I mean,
I suppose
in the beginning,
you're with David Tennant as the Doctor, and on this time and space journey, it's probably going to be a bit like, wow, how can you not fall in love with the guy, I suppose? But
Well,
yeah,
and then
I
you've
can
got
understand it, but still.
the doctors using Martha basically as a rebound
Emotional
companion.
crutch.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I just don't really like it.
Yeah.
And they didn't really need to have a mooning after him either.
Maybe
Not
if there
later
were
on,
two
I mean-
companions, a male companion as well. I don't know.
Episode 2, season 3, okay, they set it up, they knock it down, and then they just move on from there. Would have been nice.
Yeah, it definitely improved. I think.
They must have told him to cross his eyes when he was breathing in that potion from the witch.
What?
I don't know. I mean, this episode was good. It wasn't my favorite. I wouldn't say. I mean,
Traditionally, America's really on. This is one of their least favorite episodes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Shakespeare isn't that well read over here, say so, like Mark Twain or.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we're not.
I think a
taught
lot of
Shakespeare,
historical
so-
suffer from public opinion, especially in the modern age.
I mean, it was nice to see the globe as it was supposedly originally.
Well, they
intended.
shot at the reconstructed globe in wherever it is.
That was nice. Now, where is she from? The matron, the lady that's taking care of the inn. She looks familiar. That actress. Was she on EastEnders?
I don't know.
Probably.
Very familiar.
Most people are.
Well, that was the greatest thing about old BBC, the classics from the 80s. You would see an actor in a Doctor Who episode, and then you'd flip over to something else, and you'd see him in it as well. And you could always see almost the same crew going around and around.
You had a lot of very famous actors on Doctor Who. It was quite a revolving door, really, for a lot of Shakespearean type actors, who were on big TV dramas, and they'd always do a spot on Doctor Who.
It was nice. That was fun.
Yeah.
Now you kind of get the odd occasional appearance, and then most of everything else is diversity hire, not talent. I mean,
well, they're certainly not picking the cream of the crop, that's for sure.
no, especially the writers. I mean, oh my gosh. If you look at their background, you're like, why are you writing Doctor Who? You have no...
I know, right? Political playwrights, writers of soap operas. I mean, it's just, where's the science fiction,
Yeah, that's why it's abysmal
That's
now.
why it's boring. That's why it's
Yeah.
unfortunately boring.
Well, I think that, as I said, that photo of the companions sat around a table in a beige room looking depressed. It really, I think it completely illustrates the entire Chibnall era.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about that anymore. We won't talk about him anymore.
Right. No, I mean, but how's that supposed to get you excited for season 13?
Right, exactly. This is such a joke. All they wanted was a trailer, for crying out loud.
Oh gosh, the comments, they went on and on. Where's the trailer? Where's the trailer?
Yeah,
Teaser.
and they should have had one.
They were
fair dues to them. They were right. They were owed one after all this time, and they've got it in the can. Have had it in the can for fucking ages. All they needed was like a 1-minute trailer. That's it. Something. It was abysmal.
Well, I have a theory on what the next season's going to be, but I'll wait on that. I have a theory of how it's going to go. The entire season 13.
We'll discuss that after.
Yeah. So we got Martha.
Season 13 isn't going. It's basically where it's going.
So, I mean, this was kind of slow. They're sitting in the globe. They're just kind of chatting. I mean, they're not really... I mean, it did slow down, didn't it?
Mm.
That's a cool special effect.
Where? Okay. I've got Martha and Shakespeare heading out of the globe.
Oh no, I'm. They're rehearsing.
Are you guys further?
I'm at 23.
Yeah, I'm at the rehearsal.
Yeah, no, we're at the gates of Bedlam.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bethlehem Hospital.
Friends. I tell you, I like this guy and everything I see him in. Again, he was Super Trans, and he was in Bronson. What else has he been in?
Oh, he's in everything, isn't he?
Okay, so we're inside Bedlam now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little bit behind. I like the doctor. How he's talking about different Shakespeare plays, and then I don't know. It doesn't have a really good title. I'll keep it down.
It's a bit difficult, isn't it? Sort of doing a satire on Shakespeare when you're a writer yourself for Doctor Who.
That guy was in Mad Max, wasn't he?
See?
Probably.
Yeah, I think he was.
He had the little helicopter. Yep, that's him. He always plays a really grungy, crazy person.
That's not who I thought it was. It's somebody different. Oh, is it him? Can't tell.
I like that music.
Yeah, again, Murray Gold is doing the business.
Mm.
So whatever happened with that stupid rumor that the ex-husband of Billy Piper's was going to be the next Doctor?
Oh yeah, I'm still hoping.
I don't know. I liked Chris Marshall. I thought he was a good choice.
Justice for Gingers.
Well, who was the gentleman that played in A Knight's Tale?
Uh,
let me look that up.
Oh, wasn't he in Peep Show?
Yeah,
Super Hands.
Okay, is it Super Hands? I can't
Looks
look
like him, isn't it?
It's called Matt Stevens or something.
I think it is him. Yeah, it's him for sure.
Yeah, they are Super Hands. You're right.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul Bettany.
Oh, that's
he would make a fantastic Doctor.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! And he's married to Jennifer Connelly. Nice.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Did you watch Snowpiercer? I freaking love that show.
Wow.
It's on Netflix in here in Israel. Snowpiercer. It's really good. I mean, it's really stupid, but it's really good. Anyway, it stars Jennifer Connelly, and she's excellent in it.
Was Paul Bettany? Was he Vision?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he'd make a perfect Doctor.
Right.
I know he's doing WandaVision, but my God.
It actually looks quite interesting.
Yeah.
But I think that Falcon and Snowman, I think looks okay as well. I'm certainly want to get Disney Plus for Miss Marvel. You bloody mind?
Oh, she's a ripoff of Mr. Fantastic, who of course isn't in the comics anymore.
Right.
That's what they do. They rip off the power from one legacy character, and then they kill them off and bring in somebody new, like Riri Williams, the worst Iron Man replacement ever.
Right.
My God.
But they're making a film with that character, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
I think. Surprise!
All new, all diverse Marvel is coming.
Well, I mean that's exactly why they made the all new Marvel, whatever it is.
I mean, come up with your own characters. Don't rip off another one.
Exactly.
I mean, like Black Lightning, he's an original character. I mean, and he's fantastic. I thought the show was great.
Right.
You know, and here's the other thing: they don't have to create their own characters that are non-white and go straight to the black. I mean, you can do people who are in the middle, like an Asian character or something. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't have to go.
Right.
I mean, it's like these racist, diversity creatives. They go one direction, and it's so blatant. I mean, because they're racist themselves. It's just like you were saying, Rabbi.
Well, yeah, it's projection, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And the people who don't care about it, it's not an issue for them. This is my character, but he happens to be this.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. And that's, what do you call it? More organic.
Well, Black Panther was one of my favorite comic book superheroes as a kid.
I thought the movie was pretty solid.
And the movie was excellent.
Basically, I'm done. Like, I've all the stuff they're announcing now for Marvel, I'm just not interested in. I'm not interested in the next wave of Marvel movies. I'm not interested in Black Widow. I'm not. They announced all the Doctor Strange is going to be in Spider-Man. I don't care. I got out. I got out after Endgame, and it lost it basically from Ant-Man onwards.
Well, let's take it back to Doctor Who. So here we have Martha Jones, right? Female black companion with the Doctor. Fantastic actress. Great portrayal as the companion. Then we can fast forward to Bill, another female black companion to the Doctor, but who has to mention that she's gay in just about every single episode, at least twice. At least twice. And it couldn't be that she was a fantastic character who just happened to be gay. Okay, it didn't need to be the focal point or brought in your face constantly, because that's not who she is. Who she is was the character, not what she does in the bedroom behind closed doors.
I love Bill. I think, it's that constant pandering which annoyed me, because it's like, look, we get it, we get the point. You don't need to reaffirm it all the time.
Fine, shut up, leave us alone.
Yeah. And I have to say this as a straight male, white male. I've got a lot of friends that are gay, and I get along with them, and most of them are men, because the lesbians. I mean, my son's mother's lesbian; she's married to her wife, but it's like, for me, I don't know why, we just don't get along. But I can get along with a gay man just fine, But lesbians, I mean, it's like, especially the ones that are woke. You can't get. I mean, you say anything, and you're automatically, the worst pig on this planet. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Listen, you have a lot of crazy.
You have to really
my mother used to be a civil engineer, and she's very she's into gadgets. She's like she likes technical stuff, and she's got short hair, and she's very aggressive, but she gets lesbians trying to say, "Oh, you know, you're one of us. You know, come on, you know, just." And they kept forcing it, you know, forcing themselves on her and saying, "Yeah, come on, just admit you're, you know, a lesbian and stuff like that." My mum really loves men, so she's obsessed with like good-looking guys and stuff. But like, she's just like, I can't handle them. You know, I can't handle these lesbians trying to convert me. You know, it's just like it's not happening, and they won't take no for an answer. And I just think that's so disrespectful. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that are like that. I had some friends that were older lesbians, and my God, they would tell me about the fights that they would have, physically abusive to each other. Like, but outside of, okay, like in normal society in the U.S., I mean, if you have a man beating a woman, there's the sympathy is there. But when you're a lesbian relationship, there doesn't seem to be any of that support.
No one gives a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of women that suffer under abuse from their partner.
That's terrible.
And it's crazy. But when you're a straight man and you're talking to a lesbian, especially one that tends to veer more towards the male side of things, they it's almost like a competition. They're trying to show you that they're more manly than you are, and it doesn't work because you end up in an argument or some kind of pissing contest with them.
I used to go to
I was just gonna say, I'm like so like sucked into this. This is like really David Tennant when he really tuned into the role right now. Like I think this first year he wasn't really there. He's really tuned into it now.
I used to go to a gay club called The Cock in London.
Really?
After a while, it eventually got taken over by a bunch of lesbians, and they were just, you know, absolutely just insufferable with their sort of pretense of dominance. It was just like, you've invaded our club. Yeah, if we did the same to your club, it would never happen. It was just ridiculous, you know.
Okay, did the witch fly out the window? Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah.
After stabbing the doctor? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm watching.
Oh, can see her fillings.
I love this bit. The two hearts. Okay, so Time Lord physiology. Is it the timeless child physiology, or is it something different? I mean, because do Gallifreyans have two hearts, or is it the timeless child have two
Well,
hearts?
I suppose.
Or do Shibogans have one heart, and when you become Time Lord, you end up with two, which means that you've been genetically altered to the timeless child.
Maybe the regeneration, yeah, maybe the regeneration energy could change your physiognomy to fit that of the timeless child. But hey, I don't really want to give them any ideas.
You know what?
I think it's ridiculous.
Any theory that involves the timeless child. Why?
Well, see,
Yeah,
it taints
we reject
earlier
it.
stuff now.
Full stop.
Because you watch older series and now you're colored by what you've seen, and you can't unsee it.
No,
I like that.
I refuse.
Yeah,
I refuse.
Happen.
I absolutely refuse to have it tainted by this current crap.
Exactly.
I mean, if they came out and said, okay, in the Christmas special where Capaldi regenerates, that he ended up in an alternate universe. Okay, that would have been great.
Yeah, listen, look, there's a billion ways they can do it. Let's just wait and see when they finally want to make Doctor Who work again.
Yeah,
And
if they're serious about that. But then again, I'm almost convinced that they just want to destroy everything so that they can have a blank slate to start again with new things.
The people on the inside do, apart from Tim Davis' crew doesn't. If they can't control it, they want to destroy it. Yeah, you're 100%.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I think the effects work here. Yeah, the aerial shots of London and the globe, just excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
Now, in contrast to that, I didn't think that the Cyber King special.
Don't rub it, you'll go bald.
Oh my god. Okay, I am a couple seconds behind you. Okay. Carrionites.
Right.
So did they have a big finish on them in the Time War? Because I think they
Yeah,
mentioned
they're in the classic Doctor's New Monsters.
I'm looking up for you. It's with New Doctors. Well, no, Classic Doctors, New Monsters set. I believe they're
Yeah,
in.
it's a Colin Baker story that they're in.
As well.
I really like the Fourth Doctor, the Vajramirada.
Yeah, that's what that one.
That was really, really good. That's a great story.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I like those sets. I wish they would do more. I wish they would do like the Tim Trelaw doing Pertwee. Like do one of them with new monsters.
I think maybe if you add to this, I think maybe if you add to the silence into classic Doctor's New Monsters with a classic Doctor, I think that'd be a good combination.
I love the JK reference here because Harry Potter was at its height when this was out, and he had played in there as Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's so fun. I was looking on the Big Finish website for that set with the Caronites, and I came across Dr. German. I didn't realize they had the person who does
good old JK. That's aged this badly, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, think about it though. I mean, at this time when this was on telly, I mean, we got it on Netflix, of course, in the States. But what was great about it was because you had the new Doctor Who, you had Harry Potter running, and it was just like two. I mean, it was like a convergence of British fantasy and sci-fi, and it was huge in the U.S. I mean, BBC America. I mean, I remember watching. We couldn't wait for the next Doctor Who to come on, and Christmas specials were a thing around my house. I mean, even my daughter. I mean, she was really big into it. We would watch it together. It was a sit down, eat dinner, watch Doctor Who, the newest episode. It was a gathering. It was a family gathering. It was a thing. And now, I mean, even Gary Nerdrotic talks about how it was a thing at his house too back then. They've lost that.
Yeah,
they lost it in a huge way. Halfway through Capaldi.
Well, it's got no charm, and that's a great thing about Doctor Who. It's had a lot of charm about it, and it's charmless now. It's so clinical almost.
It's very true.
Well, they flipped the script, so they were like, well, so women were actually interested because they fancied the Doctor. Okay, so Tennant, Eccleston, and Smith. A lot of women were into the series because of them. And they would put themselves in the role of the female companion.
Yeah.
With
it's simple psychology. It's simple psychology.
Well, when they flipped the script on that with Jodie, I mean, most of the men, when she started to speak, it was like nails on a chalkboard to us. It was like, oh my God, that's my neighbor, that's my teacher. That's Nan. I mean, just run. I mean, I mean, you just couldn't. Even now when she talks, I have to check out.
It's just breathing.
It's so one note.
And it's condescending and almost childlike when
I've had an upgrade. Fuck off.
I've got a bit of social awkwardness.
God.
Cancer. I probably think of something to say, but I'll probably think of it later. I mean, I'm almost thinking of her as who was that Beatle? Ringo. She's like the Ringo of the Doctors.
Oh, that's an insult to Ringo. I'd rather
She's the
listen
Yoko
to
Ono.
"We All Live in the Isle of Submarine." You know.
She's the Yoko
Oh, look.
Ono of the Doctors. Okay. He gives him the frilly collar.
Oh no, this would never fly today. You can't have a white man from the past being validated in such a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're so good. You're a marvelous. No, it would have to be a woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Surprised that they didn't make. You know, if they did this today, William Shakespeare would have really been a woman.
Oh, of course. I could see it already. I mean, they would have wrote it like that. I mean,
Totally. Yeah.
the woman suffering in silence, the brilliant writer, and gives it to Shakespeare just so she can at least get her work out there. I mean, and then they would have it set in the future where it was revealed that she was the writer, not Shakespeare himself.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of did that with the witches writing his play.
I know this bit. By the way, I love this bit at the end where they fire an arrow into the TARDIS.
Yeah,
And then the episode of Gridlock, they wake up when they arrive. It's there.
yeah, it's cool.
I love Gridlock. I just adore Gridlock.
Yeah.
It's my favorite stories.
Yeah, well, of the best story as well that's coming.
It's a great story, but it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
why would so many people sit on the motorway underground for so long?
Well, that was the gag of it. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about RTD's era was that he would always use pistols, bullets. You know, he never really had lasers for humans in the future, or
A little bit.
phasers.
Okay, listen. It's 11 o'clock for me. I got to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I'm going to give you my. Okay, I think my score for this is a solid 8.5. Solid 8.5. I totally enjoyed it. Gareth Roberts. Yeah, nothing.
You want to do your competition before you go?
Oh, I forgot. Oh, thank you. Well, now I've got to think of tomorrow's prize. So hang on. Wait there 1 second. Just me get it. I know exactly what it's going to be.
We'll get other people's scores in the meantime then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to the chat to check out the chat.
Who wants to go next? Who wants to give their score?
I'll do it then. Right, well, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. A really good story. I was up 10 for the majority of it, and like funny, Nima Arjuman, excellent actress, and like very nice to look at too, and even and has finally hit his stride as has finally hit his stride as a doctor in the series, as Rabbi said. Yeah, very enjoyable story overall. 9 out of 10. 10, an intriguing concept with the carrion with the carrion knights, so very unstory. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
Thank you. Rabbi, are you ready to give your score?
I am ready to go. Okay, firstly, next week's prize is a double header again. Two rather good graphic novels from 2008. We have this one, Shakara, which is freaking crazy. Earth gets blown up in the first page, and it's got this really crazy black and white art with just one color in it. It's a very, very cool book. I really enjoyed this book.
Cool.
But I got a reprint with it with more in it. Plus, Red Razors, the absolutely insane spin-off from Just Red. Red Razors is the lobotomized psychopathic killer Soviet judge from East Meg 2.
Sounds like Twitter.
And it's so much fun. You know, you got like all this like crazy pop culture references. The first story is that somebody has stolen the corpse of Elvis, which they revere as a holy as a like a something that they worship, and they have to go on a chase to get it. His instead of having a bike, he has a horse that talks because he's genetically engineered, so it's called Comrade Horse. It's fun, it's crazy, it's Mark Miller. I really like it. So the hashtag will be what's that thing they say? What they say on 2000 AD? Not thrill power, Sponderberg, Tharg Tharg's language. I'm just looking at Tharg's language. See if anything comes up. Splendid verb. Oh, here, the mighty Tharg. And he has. Okay, one second. Zarjaz. Okay, yes. The hashtag is #Zarjaz. #Zarjaz. The winner of this week's competition, which is over here, Power of the Daleks, is none other than Molecular Arts. Molecular Arts, congratulations. You're the winner of Power of the Daleks. Now, listen, I got a bunch of stuff I need to mail out. The post office is open occasionally, but that's not the problem. We can't get freaking envelopes right now. It's like anywhere that sells envelopes is closed. They're supposed to be like lifting this lockdown in a couple of days, maybe. Who knows? I hope they have Office Depot will come out, will become an essential place again. So there you go. Congratulations, everybody.
Well done. Right, Good
okay.
stuff. Thanks, Rabbi.
Congratulations.
I'm off.
Bye-bye.
We met you guys. See you later, Rabbi.
Night,
Right,
Rabbi.
guys, if the rest of you want to give you our scores and then plug you our channel, and then we're going to end it there because I need to actually go. I just need to take a break, if I'm honest. That's why I was just watching the episode. So if you want to give you our rating, Daniel, just plug your channel real quick there, will you? And then you guys plug our channel, and we'll leave it at that. Listen, just before we do go, I want to thank everybody in the chat for taking part and all the moderators for looking after the chat. And I'll be back on Wednesday. So yeah, look out for me then. I just need a bit of a break. But so Daniel, you plug your channel, and then you two guys give you our ratings a plug, and then I'm just going to end it there if that's okay with you.
Sure, of course.
Okay. Okay. On my channel and on my channel and as Tuesday, obviously I don't continue the B and get the B and the B really sort of altered with it topics we get ever sort of a spoiler free discussion, so come and check us out 7 p.m. on Tuesday. It's an Irish time, so set that in your diary if you fancy it.
Thanks very much, Daniel. Someone says we're buffering, so we'll try to get through everybody as quick as possible. Lee, if you want to go next, and then Adam.
Yeah, sure. To be honest, not RTD's best by a long shot, quite honestly. I think the plot was a bit daft and contrived. I didn't like the representation of Shakespeare. Thought the witches were a bit annoying. There wasn't enough of the Doctor and Martha in this, which is really supposed to set up their sort of on screen chemistry. It just didn't feel like it was there. Yeah, it's a bit of a miss for me, I'm afraid. I'm going to give it 4.55, average, below average slightly. Sorry. Could have done better, sorry. Yeah, you can find me on Parler apparently, even though I barely use it. If you do obviously see on Twitter anything being said against me and Noel as clearly painfully ridiculous and, slanderous, I would just advise people to...
If it's slanderous, let us know.
Slander, yeah.
If there's something else of just
Don't
slagging
even
us,
you don't even need to let us know. Just report it and put your reasons why. Because I've been told I'm bullying and all the rest of it. And all I did was I'm trying to take someone down. I'm not trying to take someone down. I'm trying to get someone's video taken down because it is slanderous. And it's as simple as that. I'm not trying to destroy anyone's channel. They're doing that by themselves. Simple as that. Got no interest in their little ego.
Need to come out all guns blazing, but that wasn't going to happen.
Can't be bothered. Listen, you know the score, guys. I mean, I'm not the type to go around bullying anybody. I'm simply defending my honor and my friend's honor, and that's it. Other than that, you can find me appearing on Noel's channel, obviously quite a fair bit, and on Rabbi's channel. So seriously, if you're not subscribed to the Rabbi's channel, please do. Also, you'll find my Blake 7 reconstruction of the theme tune on Dan's The Spacebook account, where he's got a new podcast for Blake 7. If you're into Blake 7, or if you'd like to learn more about Blake 7, go and check that out. It's called Teleport. It's great fun, and there'll be more of that to come. And that's it.
Right,
that sounds fantastic.
Lee, Adam, you walk away there, Pat.
Well, let's see. Well, I have to. I'm a little bit with problem being on this one because for me this wasn't a big episode. Didn't rank high on my list. I mean, if I had to go back and I was like, I'm going to pick some episodes from the third season of Doctor Who with the Shakespeare Code be in that list, I would have to say a no. I think that the witches. I mean, they were okay. I mean, they're kind of more the traditional style. Tennant was good, but again, he wasn't in there as much. It wasn't really a focus of the story. It was more of, and I get it. It's the introduction of Martha into a new era. She's kind of coming in as the companion. So, I mean, it works from that point of view. She fancies the Doctor, but he's not really into her. He's still, I think, reeling from the loss of Rose, and you kind of feel that when it slows down. Shakespeare, I don't think the actor that played Shakespeare. I mean, having an attractive Shakespeare character was fine, but I don't think that the actor that played him was really. I don't know. He just didn't come off as somebody that had the. I don't know, the Shakespearean wit with him. And then when he spoke, I didn't like his accent. I didn't think that matched. I was thinking of something a little more complex, a little more sophisticated for him. But, as far as Doctor Who episodes go, I'm going to have to give this a solid 6. So I'm a little bit higher than Problem being at 4.5. 6 is probably what I would say that. I mean, it had good visuals. I love the concept of the Carrion Knights, the tying back to the Time War. Martha was great, and the Doctor, I mean, he was always on par. It's just that I think that there could have been more done with the story that would have made it a little more adventurous, a little more fun.
Yeah. The effects were good. Some of the effects were good. There were some nice bits in there, but I just don't think it really tied together as anything very interesting, quite honestly.
No, and it's not on the top tier list. So 6, I'm going to give it a 6, a solid 6. As far as where you can find me, well, I'm on Time Lord Rassilon on DeviantArt. All you have to do is do a search on that on Google. If you go to DeviantArt, type in Time Lord Rassilon. I have dashes in between Time Lord and Rassilon, so that may help if you're trying to find me. I'm also Capital Comics Studios. That's on DeviantArt, where I've got my comic book work that's in progression. I'm also working on a project for Mattel. I'm trying to pitch to them a toy line, whether anything comes of it or not, but it's got some great concepts. It's kind of like Star Wars meets Flash Gordon meets Silverhawks. So that 80s kind of feel is what I wanted to instill in it, but give it a 2000s look, the 2020s look. something advanced, a little bit of retro sci-fi, something fun, and not so politically driven with, you know, what we've seen these days. So I've got a lot of writing that's gone behind it. Concept art is coming. I'm also working on a BSG thing. Now, I don't know if you guys have I know we're getting ready to go because Noel needs to get some rest. And I don't know about the Twitter controversy, but I got to say, between what I've known of you guys, I cannot believe there would be people out there who would be so vile and vicious to go after others and other YouTubers. I mean, people have their opinions, and YouTube is here for that. And you get followers who find your opinion appealing, and they come to you. So if another YouTuber is upset or jealous of how many people are going to one channel or another, well, then your content is off, and you don't have as many fans as you think you have.
There's room enough on this platform for everybody. And
right.
Look, no one's attacking him or calling him a liar. We're just simply saying our sources differ, and that those sources are rumor. And anyone who has integrity, even if they know 100% their source is correct, you would never tell that to your audience, because you have to allow your audience the intelligence to make up their own mind, and also to cover yourself, really, to say that, you know, this is rumor. All the big YouTubers say that because they have a responsibility to say it's rumor. Even if you're 100% certified that, you know, your source is 100% correct and everything, that's down to you to prove. That's fine, but it's not down to you to then go and cast shadow on everyone else. It's in bad taste. It's in bad sport. It's not gentlemanly. It's certainly not honourable. And when you feel that you have to resort to using slander and slurs in order to put across your message, then I think you've already lost. And I think that's a damn shame, quite honestly. I never wanted this, but you forced my arm. And, you know, you're calling me a bully and all these nasty things, and no one takes me down and all this kind of stuff. It's like, I'm not trying to. I'm just asking you. Well, actually, no, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to take those 2 videos down, because they are slanderous.
To take him down, but he's certainly doing everything in his power to take himself down. So, you know, you continue down.
You're not doing yourself any favors, mate. That's all I'll say.
You are, because, you know, at this time, I'm not giving you the response because you are hoping that I'd flip the lid and I'd respond. I'm not going to. I'm going to let you self-destruct what you're doing. So keep going on the way you're going on. You're just going to dig a bigger hole for yourself. You're going to get yourself into deeper trouble.
It's not good optics.
Some of the stuff that you're saying is truly disgusting. You need to stop now. And as I said, I kind of said all of this at the start, so I'm not going to continue it. But I will say this on the episode. For me, this wasn't as good as I remember it, to be quite honest. I was very excited about this, if you remember. Yeah, it's not as good as I remember. And I do agree. I did like Shakespeare back in the day. Didn't like him this time round. I don't know what it was. But I watched an interesting story. But I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to, because it wasn't as good as I remember. Because if it was as good as I remember, I would have gave it a 10 or a 9. So it's not as good. So I'm going to give it a 7. I think that's fair. But yeah, this wasn't as good as I remember. I do know the next episode is brilliant anyway, which is Gridlocked. And I do really like that. I watched that recently anyway, and that still holds up. But yeah, this one, I wasn't as impressed as I was back in the day. So 7 for me. And that's it. I'm done. I need a break.
And just to say, don't go after this person. Just if you see anything, report it immediately. You know,
yeah,
you don't need to be.
Don't comment on any of these stuff either, because what you're doing is then he's gone. Then look at Noel sending or Leah sending people to you. Don't respond to him. Let him do what he wants to do, and let people judge for themselves.
And be fair in your judgment. If you feel that he's being somewhat slanderous or over egging his accusations, then please feel free to act with your conscience and to do.
But there will be no back and forward from the 2 of us, because me and Lee, obviously, after last night, have said this, that if we were going to bring this up today, this will be the last time that it's brought up. And it will be the last time that it's brought up. So as far as I'm concerned, that person doesn't exist. Okay. Now, if people still follow him on here that follow me, you may continue to do so. I can't tell you what to do, and I'd never tell you what to do that. But I don't want to know anything that he says about me if you still continue to follow him, right? I don't want to know, because he's just looking for a reaction, and he's not going to get the reaction that he wanted, right? Because he thought I would have flipped the lid, and that's what he wanted, and it's not happening this time, right? He's not getting that reaction, so he can continue doing what he's doing, but it's not going to look good on his part. I'm done now talking about him. We've got Star Wars coming up actually shortly. We got to get this Star Wars thing. So I will be arranging with Lee and a couple of others that's watched The Mandalorian to come and do a season 1 review before season 2 starts. Or I don't know if season 2 has actually started yet. I don't think it has yet.
No,
I think it's on in the month. We're going to get that done. We want to start the original trilogy as well. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing a bit of Star Wars as well. So yeah, come and join me for that. So yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday. So listen, until then, I'm going to go. I'm just wrecked. I'm just tired. So I need to go. I'm not even going to be chatting after this. I'm just straight. I'm just going. So that's all right with you guys, because I know we normally have a little bit of a chat.
No, you've earned it. You've earned a break. We both
right. But listen, you have been wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody. Me moderators, thank you for keeping the chat safe. And everybody that has shown me support, I really appreciate it. Listen, let's hope this all blows over, because, you know, we just want to go and do what we do. These watch-alongs and do the Tardazone talks and, you know, just build our community up. So, and that's what my goal is. And I'm not going to let anybody wreck it. And I won't let anybody wreck this. I've built this up to have someone accuse me of trying to destroy them when it's clearly the other way around. But we'll leave it at that. Right, good night, folks. Listen, thank you all. Daniel, thanks for joining me. Adam, absolute pleasure having you on again, mate. And if you can make next week, let Rabbi know, and we'll pop you back in again. I think Marty said earlier on in the chat that he was going to join us next week, so we might have Marty with us next week. And really, as usual, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Thank you.
Rabbi, talk to you soon, pal. Wednesday for the quiz is going to be fun anyway. And I'm going to win this one.
Oh, you got to win at least once.
Well, if I don't win one, you know, I might as well. That'll be 3-0. I don't think I'll be able to recover from that. But you never know. We'll go on a winning streak and win 4 in a row.
You're doing an Ian Hislop.
Yeah. Right, I'm off. I'll see you later. If you're looking for a bit of work, check out Lee's trailer, which we're about to drop now. And get reasonable prices. As you said, you can find them on Parler, and he has an email, which I think you just whack your email in the chat anyway real quick before we end the stream. Yeah, so I'm playing this trailer. Good night, see you later, bye.
Bye.